Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this lecture, we are going to discuss current affairs of 30th January 2022. In this lecture, we are going to discuss 7 topics which are very much different from our UPSC point of view. As you all know, Sunday's newspaper is important to cover environment and ecology related current affairs and even science and technology related current affairs. So now let us have a look over the topics that we are going to have our discussion now. So first topic it is about India-Israel relations. Actually, you know that we had started our relationship with Israel in 1992 and this year it is a third decade, that is 30 years of our relationship with India and as well as Israel. Okay, so it is a 30-year celebrations of relationship between India and Israel. So already we discussed about this topic in our earlier lectures and now let us see in deep. And this topic is important from your international relations which mainly comes under your GS paper 2. And next topic is regarding BSF and Pakistan Rangers resume dialogue. Okay, so this article is regarding BSF, that is Border Security Force, and as well as Pakistan's Rangers. So this article is important from our security point of view which mainly comes under GS paper 3. And next topic is regarding one parasitic plant found in Nicobar eco hotspot. And this topic is important from your environment and ecology which mainly comes under GS paper 3. And next topic it is regarding again international relations between India and Oman. India-Oman to hold 10th military cooperation meeting. And this topic is important from your international relations which mainly comes under your GS paper 2. And next topic it is regarding faster spread of Omicron. It is not due to higher viral load. So there was one study which mainly done and this study revealed one more reason regarding. So what is the reason behind this faster spreading of this Omicron? And this topic is important from your science and technology. And next topic it is regarding solar flares. And this is important from your science and technology which mainly comes under GS paper 3. And now let us start our discussion with our quote. So today's quote, it is one of the motivation quote. Rarest of all human quality is consistency. So now let us apply this quote in our UPSC preparation. Already you know that some lakhs of people they will be applying for this UPSC, right? So every year lakhs of people they will be applying. But if you are talking about the post, it will be like 700 to 1000 posts every year. So who will be clearing this UPSC? So one important quality for this UPSC aspirants is consistency. So what does this consistency means? You have to work hard and you have to work hard. That should be in a daily manner. It should be like a habit. So if you see what is a consistency, I will be giving you example. For example, let me take myself as example. Whenever I used to prepare for this UPSC examination, I used to read like 8 hours every day. But sometimes whenever I'm getting holidays for festivals like Dasra, Sankranti and Diwali, I used to go to my home because hostel will be closed, right? At that time, I will not be going for studying or opening book at all. Okay, whenever I used to be in hostel, I used to go to library and I used to read at least 8 to 12 hours per day for sure. But whenever I'm going for holidays, for example, for 5 days or 1 week, I'm not even going to touch any book. So because of this, I can say there was lack of consistency in my preparation. Okay, so consistency means you have to do that work every day without any fail. For example, if you are UPSC aspirant, for example, one day you will be get motivated and you will be reading 12 to 14 hours a day. So and next day you will be got demotivated and you are not at all touching your books. And one day you will be studying 16 hours, one day you are studying 2 hours, one day you are studying not at all. So this is not the method that you need to follow for UPSC. So if you read at least 6 to 8 hours every day, so you have to read every day without any fail. So this is a consistency. So consistency is a key to success. So now if you are talking about my life, I am UPSC mentor and I am working in this Rathod's IAS Academy. Every day I have to come up with this Hindu analysis despite of my bad health also, right? So just I didn't record it just on 24th or 23rd January, I think so, because of my bad throat. So or else every day I will come here and I will be recording this Hindu analysis. So this is the one example of consistency. So consistency is a key to success, and I wish all of this UPSC aspirants, they need to have consistency. And if you are working consistency with your whole heart, finally you will be get succeeded. Success will come with you. Okay, so the important thing you do here is you have to do that work daily. You need to maintain consistency, you need to dedicate, you need to work hard, and smart work is also very important for this cracking of UPSC. Okay, so this is a quote, and I think this quote will be motivated at least some of the viewers, right? And now let us move on to first topic. So first topic, it is regarding India-Israel ties important amid global change. Okay, so this article is talking about India-Israel relations. So whenever any country which is in news means you have to open your atlas and you have to see the countries you're bordering that country, and you have to know about some geographical features. You have to see political map and as well as a physical map. So in physical map, you have to see any rivers are present or any water bodies are present like lakes, or it is mainly sharing boundary with this any sea or any ocean or any lake. And you have to see whether there is any biodiversity hotspot that is present there, or any national park, or which type of climate that we can see in this area. So in this way here, you can also complete your map work. So this map work, it is very important to answer your prelims questions, and even in your mains it will be very important. So if you know about the map work, you can understand on which basis that country's economy is mainly present. Okay, based on. So in this way you will be covering multidimensional aspects of so and so country. So this article is important from international relations. Now we are going to discuss this article in a very great detail. So why it is in news? So this year 2022, which mainly marks 30th anniversary or 30th year of India-Israel relationship. So this will be very important from your UPSC mains point of view. So if you're talking about context, it mainly says that the importance of India-Israel ties has further increased in world, facing several major transformations. So our Prime Minister came up with a statement, and our Prime Minister said that there is a very much importance regarding India-Israel ties, and this India-Israel ties which further increased in a world facing several major transformations. So if you're talking about in the world, we are seeing there are several transformations that is happening regarding international relations. So for example, regarding China and USA, they are in the Cold War times now. And apart from that, so west, which is mainly shifting towards east, the power is shifting from Pacific towards from Atlantic Ocean towards Indian Ocean, right? And the major countries of the west are mainly focusing on this eastern countries, right? So because of this, there are many transformations that are mainly seen. So in this transformation, so India-Israel talks is also very, very important. So why this is a news? Because so this is the 30 years. So this is the 30th year we had relationship with Israel. So in this event, so there was a one logo which made it released. So this is that logo. In this logo, you can see our wheel. Okay, Ashoka Chakra, and we can see here star it is present, and here the number 30 is also seen. So this is a logo which is mainly launched. So recently India and Israel launched this commemorative logo, and this logo which mainly marks 30 years of diplomatic relationship between India and Israel. And this logo has this Ashoka Chakra, and it has the Star of David, and also numerical 30 is present, which mainly features 30th anniversary of these countries. So if you're talking about key points, so first and the foremost thing here is, so when did India recognize this Israel? India officially recognized Israel in 1950, but we came up with a diplomatic relationship between India and Israel since 1992. Since 1992 onwards, we had relationship or diplomatic ties. Okay, as of 2020, India is one of 164 countries to have diplomatic relationship with Israel. Okay, and if you're talking about Indian Embassy is also located in this Tel Aviv, and Israel Embassy is also located in New Delhi. Okay, and next one is in 2000. Okay, in 2000, so LK Advani, who became the first Indian minister to visit Israel. And after that, Jashwant Singh, he was the first Indian foreign minister. He visited Israel. Okay, and also first Israeli prime minister, that was Ariel Sharon. He was the first prime minister to visit India in 2003. And next important point here is India is the largest buyer of Israeli military equipment. Okay, and India is also one of the largest trading partner with Israel regarding this defense equipment. And India is the second largest defense supplier of Israel. And apart from that, Russia is the first largest defense supplier. So if we are talking about areas of cooperation between India and Israel, we need to talk about agriculture cooperation. So India and Israel, they started India-Israeli Agriculture Cooperation Project. And this project especially focused on micro irrigation. Okay, apart from micro irrigation, they also focused on farming technologies, dairy, etc. And they also came with a program, created 10 centers of excellence by 2014. And these centers, which mainly conducted training sessions to the farmers, such that it will be focused on increasing of agriculture productivity. And next one is Indo-Israel Village of Excellence. So this program, which mainly aimed to create nodal agriculture ecosystems. And they also worked on transforming the traditional farms to modern farms. And they also finally focused on market linkages, and they also focused on capacity buildings and even modern agriculture infrastructure. So if you're talking about historical ties, between India and Israel, it is one of the few countries in the world that mainly chose not to condemn Pokhran nuclear test of India. So actually during 1990s and after 1990s, we had done this nuclear test, that is Pokhran test. So Israel is one of the few countries, they are not condemned regarding this Pokhran nuclear test. And Israel also supplied M58 mortar ammunition to India, especially during this Indo-Pakistan war that was held in 1965. So apart from this, if you're talking about defense cooperation between India and Israel, so India has inducted several Israeli arms and ammunition, that is infrastructure of this defense infrastructure from this Israel into the military. And the most famous here is Falcon. Okay, Falcon. And we also had Heron, and we also had Harop. These are belonging to drones, that is unmanned aerial vehicles. And we also had the Spider anti-aircraft missile system, that is mainly from Israel. So these are some important things that you need to remember regarding this topic. And now let us have a look on the map. So here this part is Israel. And in this Israel, we have here Sea of Galilee, and here we have Dead Sea. And Dead Sea, it is mainly between Israel and as well as Jordan. So the countries which are sharing boundary with this Israel include here Lebanon, Syria, Jordan and Egypt. And here we have Mediterranean Sea. And you can see this Gaza Strip will be seen highly in news. Okay, Gaza Strip, which is located here. And this is the West Bank. And this is Golan Heights. Okay, so this is map. And now let us move on to next topic. So title says BSF and Park Rangers, they are going to resume dialogue. Actually, we discussed about one article regarding this Pakistan Hindu Council, which mainly want to give some relaxation for this pilgrimage, and they want to come up with air flights, right? So we discussed about this topic. At that time, we also discussed that the relationship between India and Pakistan is all-time low, and from last 5 years onwards, we do not have a proper discussions or dialogues. So this article, which mainly talks about some development, that is border security forces and Pakistan Rangers, they want to resume this dialogues. So this article is very important from international relations, which mainly comes under GS paper 2. And if you see context, after 3 years, border guarding forces, that is for example BSF, Border Security Force of India and Pakistan, they have revived commander level talks. Okay, BSF and Pakistan Rangers, they have revived commander level talks. So if you're talking about details, it mainly says that this BSF, Border Security Force, and as well as Pakistan Rangers, they held two meetings in past 6 months. So in past 6 months, BSF and as well as Pakistan Rangers, they had this 2 meetings in past 6 months. So if we're talking about background, it mainly says that a senior government official said both meetings were on the request of Pakistan, and the first was held on July 24th, 2021. Okay, so the first meeting between these two mainly held in July 24, mainly held in July 2021. And later on, talks which mainly held in actually the talks were previously held in 2018 August, and after this 2017 talks, the levels of Director General had not been take place in. So 2017 the talks had been not take place, and later on this in 2018 the previous talks had been held. So after this 2018 there was no talks which held between India and Pakistan. Okay. So now this step, it is one of the important and we can say some positive note. So if we're talking about some facts regarding this BSF, Border Security Force. Actually this Border Security Force which mainly was raised in 1965 after Indo-Pakistan War. After Indo-Pakistan War of 1965, we came up with this raising of this BSF in that same year. So it is one of the 7 Central Armed Forces of Union of India. Okay, and this BSF which mainly comes under control of Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, so this is one important PRELIMS fact. And next one is other Central Armed Forces. For example, we have Assam Rifles, we have Indo-Tibetan Border Police, and we have Central Reserve Police Force, and as well as we have NSG, National Security Guards, we have Shastra Seema Bal. So these are other Central Armed Paramilitary Forces. And if you're talking about this BSF, it mainly guards India Bangladesh border and as well as India Pakistan borders, and there are about 2.65 lakh force which mainly deployed along this Pakistan and as well as Bangladesh borders. And even BSF, it mainly deployed on Indo-Pakistan international border as well, and even Indo-Bangladesh international border, and they will be mainly seen at LOC region, line of control region, and even they will do some anti-Naxal operations as well. And this BSF which mainly has air wing, which has marine wing, which has artillery regiment, and even commando units as well. And this BSF which has been defending Sir Creek in Arabian Sea and even Sundarban Delta in the Bay of Bengal, and they also have some state-of-the-art fleet of watercrafts as well. And it also plays an important role even in maintaining law and order, and even it will be helpful in even they are mainly deployed for conducting of peaceful elections as well. Okay, so here these are some important things that you need to remember regarding this BSF. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding a new parasitic plant, a parasitic plant which mainly found in Nicobar Eco Hotspot. So this image, it is about this flower bugs of this parasitic plant. So this article is important from GS paper 3, which mainly comes under our environment and ecology. So you might have come across some important words like communalism, mutualism, parasitism. So these are some words that you can see in your static syllabus of environment and ecology. So this parasite means nothing but, so this plant will be dependent on another plant. It will get food. Okay, it will get food, nutrients from this plant. Okay, so because of this plant, so it will be having some negative impact on this plant. So because of this, it is mainly acting as a parasite. So not only the plants which are parasites, but even human body which is a host for number of parasites. For example, Taenia solium, for example, disease causing many parasites like bacteria, fungi, even virus, right? So this is a parasitic plant which mainly found in Nicobar Eco Hotspot. So now let us try to see some important details. So if you're talking about this plant, a new genus of this parasitic flowering plant. So it is a flowering plant. So this new genus of this parasitic flowering plant which has recently been discovered in this Nicobar group of island. So in this Nicobar group of island, here mainly some environmentalists, they found this parasitic flowering plant. So if we're talking about details, so it mainly belongs to genus that is Septemberanthus. Okay, it mainly grows to plant species, and the name of that plant species, it mainly grows on the plant species. So which is the host? Host here is Horsfieldia glabra, or we can see like blue warp. So this is the host plant and this is the parasite. So these parasitic flowering plants have a modified root structure, and this root which is mainly spread on the stem of the host. Okay, and from that root system or modified root structure, it will be going to get the photo the food materials that is required for this parasitic plant. So I want to ask you one question. So there is a one parasite which is one of the flowering parasitic plant, and it produces world's largest flower. So let me know that name of that parasitic plant in comment box. So that is very important. And if you have studied your NCERTs, you might be also coming across that plant name. Okay, don't forget about this. And if you're talking about further more details, it mainly says that so this plant was found on the periphery of the tropical forest. Okay, it is one of the important biodiversity hotspot as well. And this a parasitic plant which have some distinct vegetative morphology and have some distinct inflorescence, architecture, and as well as floral characteristics. So this is the gist of this topic, and now let us try to see next topic. So next topic is about India-Oman relations. So this topic is important from your international relations again. So title says India-Oman to hold 10th military cooperation meeting. Okay. So this is regarding India-Oman 10th military cooperation. 10th military cooperation. So now let us try to see context. If you see context, it mainly says that after a gap of 3 years, India and Oman, they are mainly set to hold meeting of this Joint Military Cooperation Committee. Okay, after a gap of 3 years, India and Oman, they went for holding of a meeting, that is Joint Military Cooperation Committee. So now let us try to see there's some important details. If you see details, it mainly says that so this meeting will mainly initiate the series of high-level defense engagement between India and Oman. Okay, that we are going to have in next months. Okay, next 2 months. Okay, so here there's a meeting which mainly initiates series of high-level defense engagement between these two countries that we can see in next months. So here this Joint Military Cooperation Committee. Okay, Joint Military Cooperation Committee, it is the highest forum of engagement. So it is the highest forum of engagement between India and Oman, especially in the fields of defense. And this committee which mainly evaluates and even provides guidance to overall framework of defense exchanges between the two sides. And if you're talking about some more details, it mainly says that given that the 3-year gap, the 10th edition is expected to comprehensively evaluate the ongoing exchanges, and they will be also going to provide a roadmap for further strengthening this defense ties in the coming years. Okay, so if you see in this 3 years gap, as of 2018 onwards, there was nothing like meeting that mainly held. So after this, now we are having this 10th edition, and this 10th edition which is going to be which we are expecting to have some comprehensive evaluation of ongoing exchanges, and this meeting will also going to provide a roadmap for further strengthening of this defense ties between India and Oman. Okay, and if you're talking about further more details, Oman remains India's closest defense partner in the region. Okay, Oman remains India's closest defense partner in the region, and it is the only country in the region with which all the 3 services of this India. Okay, for example, we have an army bilateral exercise, naval bilateral exercise, and as well as we can say like Air Force bilateral exercises, and even we have staff tags as well. So the defense exchanges between these two countries are mainly guided by the framework of a Memorandum of Understanding, and this Memorandum of Understanding which mainly renewed in 2021. Okay, and even Oman will be participating in this anti-piracy patrols that mainly seen in this Gulf of Aden. Okay, so here Indian Navy also deployed P-8I long-range maritime surveillance aircraft as well. Okay, and not only this, Oman will also actively participate in this Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. So now let us try to see the map here. So here this is our Saudi Arabia, this is our Red Sea, and this is Oman, this is Oman. Okay, this is our UAE, this is our Qatar. and here we have Persian Gulf, and here we have Gulf of Oman. Okay, Gulf of Oman, and this is our Arabian Sea. This is the map of Oman. So now let us try to understand what is the background. So if you're talking about background regarding India-Oman relations, so two countries mainly present across this Arabian Sea, and these two countries which are mainly linked with geography, linked with history and as well as culture, and those both the countries, they mainly enjoy warm and as well as cordial relations. Okay, so there is a warm and as well as cordial relationship which are mainly attributed to historical maritime trade linkages as well. Okay, and we also have some people to people contact between India and as well as Oman. So this can be traced back like 5,000 years. And if you're talking about diplomatic relations, they were established in 1955, and the relationship between India and this Oman was upgraded to the strategic partnership in year 2008 here. Okay, and Oman is one of the important country and also key pillar of our India's West Asia policy. So this is a gist of this topic, and I hope it is very much clear. Now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding faster spread of Omicron is not due to higher viral load. So it is about the faster spread of Omicron. Already you know what is Omicron, right? So now let us try to see this topic in a very great detail. So this will be important from science and technology, which mainly comes under our GS paper 3. So if we are talking about context, Omicron variant became one of the dominant variant, especially seen in number of countries. Okay, number of countries, there is increase of cases. So one of the important reasons for this increase of cases here is Omicron variant. So Omicron variant which mainly became the dominant variant, and it started infecting both vaccinated and as well as unvaccinated person in the many countries. So if we are talking about details, it mainly says that already you know that Omicron, it is one of the dominant variant that is seen in every country, which is mainly witnessing some new waves of this coronavirus. So in short, we can say like Omicron has replaced this Delta variant as well. So earlier in this, for example, if you're talking about second wave of coronavirus in India, which is mainly because of this Delta variant. So this Omicron also replaces this Delta variant, which has considerably highly transmissive, and as well as it is almost every country across the world. Okay, they mainly facing with this Delta variant. So actually in second wave I got the coronavirus, and because of this Omicron also recently I got this coronavirus, and I am still not yet recovered with that Omicron. Okay, for the 2 times I got this coronavirus in the second wave and as well as even third wave. Actually many of them are saying that Omicron which is having low signs or symptoms, but for me in this second wave, so if you are comparing with second wave and the third wave, in the third wave the severity is very high for me especially, and I felt high fever and also throat pain and even severe cold and as well as cough I faced in this Omicron rather than this Delta. Okay, so this is my personal experience I'm saying. Okay, I'm not saying that that this Omicron which is having high symptoms, but it is mainly varies from one person to another person based on their immunity, right? So one of the defining features of this new variant is because of higher transmissibility. So if you're comparing with already existing variants and as well as the original variants of the SARS coronavirus, so here this Omicron variant which has high rate of transmissibility. So even when you are comparing with this Delta variant which mainly found was very high transmissible. So compared to that, this Omicron which is having extensive transmissible capability. So if we're talking about earlier studies mainly suggested that because of extremely high transmissibility of this Omicron, which is mainly because of this viral load. Okay, so because of high viral load in the infected people, so there is extreme range of transmissibility that is seen. So what is this higher viral load? So the higher the viral load in a person means the greater are the chances that affect persons that can successfully spread to others. That means, for example, if I got coronavirus means, so I have the capability to spread this coronavirus to some people, right, who are mainly near and dear to me and who will be coming in contact with me, right? So because of this high viral load in this infected people, that is one of the important reason for the increased transmissibility of this Omicron. So this is the one study which mainly said. So after that, there are many studies which are mainly said that it is not because of viral load, but already what happened because of a number of mutations that is seen in this Omicron variant, it is mainly escaping from the immunity. So because of this, the people who already infected with this coronavirus and who already took this vaccines, so even though the antibodies are present in their bodies, so this virus, okay, because of mutations and because of more than 38 mutations in this spike protein, so it is mainly escaping from this immune system. So this is the one important study which mainly said. So this is about this article, and now let us try to see this infographic. So this infographic which is mainly talking about Omicron. So this article says that a newly discovered B11529 variant of the SARS coronavirus in South Africa has been named as Omicron. Okay, and first of all, this new variant which mainly found in South Africa, and later on it started spreading to almost all the countries. So if you see this infographic, which is one of the important, and as well as it is giving much insights here. Okay, so already you know that WHO, World Health Organization, which mainly declared this newly discovered COVID-19 variant as a high-risk variant of global concern. Okay, so if you're talking about why Omicron deemed as a high risk, so already you know that there are more than 30 spike protein mutations are seen, and more than the double the number of carried by this Delta. Okay, more than double the number which is mainly carried by this Delta, and which makes it potentially more dangerous, and it is also having higher risk of reinfection. And next one is, since the time of its detection, it has been outpaced. Okay, it has been outpaced, and it is mainly still unclear that what is the reason behind this transmissibility, cause of severe illness, and as well as when we are comparing with other variants. Actually, this is just of this topic. There is nothing much to explain here. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding not so quiet. Actually, this topic which is mainly talking about solar flares, or we can say like solar storm. So this article, it is important from GS paper 3 and Earth Science and Technology. And this topic, it is important from your prelims point of view. So what is the context? So context mainly says that after analyzing ice cores from Greenland and Antarctica, okay, scientists mainly went for analyzing of this ice from this Greenland and as well as Antarctica, and finally they got up with an evidence that there was a massive solar storm that took place around 9,200 years ago. So 9,200 years ago, the massive solar storm, which mainly was seen according to the study which mainly done by this scientist by analyzing ice of this Greenland and as well as Antarctica. So there was active sunspot activity which mainly takes place at that time. So this is some inference they found from this study. So we're talking about facts. Here we have sun, here we have earth. So from the sun we will be getting some radiation, that is called as insolation. So this wind is called as solar wind. So now let us try to see what is this article mainly talking about. So if you're talking about this solar storm, it is also called as coronal mass ejection. Okay, so in this coronal mass ejection, as astronomers they found, it is an ejection of highly magnetized particles from the sun. Okay, so from the sun what happened, this rays will be coming, this radiation will be coming. So this radiation is called as coronal mass ejection. Okay, and this coronal mass ejection, it is an ejection of highly and as well as magnetized particles from the sun, and these particles they can travel several kilometers per hour. Okay, and these particles they can travel several kilometers per hour, and also they can take about 13 hours to 5 days to reach the earth. So to reach the earth it will take like 13 hours to 5 days. And the earth atmosphere, actually you all know that this is earth surface. About this earth surface we have our atmosphere, and this earth atmosphere is mainly held because of our earth gravitational force, and this earth atmosphere which mainly protects humans from these particles. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding scientists mainly spot a blinkering star's totally unexpected behavior. Actually, scientists mainly found some celestial object, and that could be like slow spinning magnetita. So this is one article that you can easily refer, and you can easily understand this. And now let us try to see explanation for yesterday's questions. So first one is regarding plate tectonics theory. So in this plate tectonics theory, we will be studying about three plates: convergent plates, divergent plates, and as well as transform plates. Convergent plates means they will be coming together. Okay, so those are called as destructive plates. And whenever plates are moving away from each other, this is called as divergent plates, and these divergent plates are constructive plates, and this is transform. Actually, the question which is mainly demand regarding this destructive plate boundary. Destructive plate boundary means we can say that are convergent plates. Okay, whenever two plates are coming towards each other, moving towards each other, those are called as convergent plates. So because of this convergence, that is mainly leading to destruction. So destructive plate boundary is a one which continuous upwelling of molten lava material which mainly takes place, but it will be not take place, it will be take place in this divergent boundary. And this divergent plate boundary, in which two plates they slide past one another, thus neither creating nor destroying this continental mass. But because of this divergent plates, that will lead to formation of this continent. So because of this, it is called as constructive plate boundary. So this statement is also incorrect. And third one here is convergent plate boundary. It is one of the best. It is one in which one plate overrides with other plates. Okay, so the correct option here is 3 only. Option 3 is correct answer. And next question is regarding geysers and hot, we can say like geysers and as well as hot springs. Okay, and these are nothing but these are small openings. In these openings the water will be filled, and because of the high intense heat that is coming from the inside of the earth, the water will be get heated, and sometimes the water will be sprouting. Okay, sprouting that can be seen. Okay, sprouting can be seen in geysers. In hot springs we can see this still water that is present, and those water will be very hot. So the hot water and vapor sprouts from the geysers tube intermittently. Yes, the statement, if you're talking about this statement, it is correct. And next one is, it represents a minor form of border process of volcanicity. Yes, it is also absolutely correct. And next one, it is found only in tropical regions. But even these geysers and as well as hot springs, they can be seen in subtropical regions as well, or temperate regions as well. So here you can eliminate this statement. And here you have to identify incorrect statements. So incorrect statement will be like 4, 3 only. So option 4 is correct answer. And now let us try to see today's questions. So some students mainly asking me that you are discussing only geography related questions. From today, we are going to shift from this geography to polity. So before seeing these polity questions, I want to make a small announcement on this platform. If you want to clear UPSC, I will suggest strongly to join this prelims test series and as well as mains answer writing course that we launched in this Rathod's IAS Academy. So this prelims test series is very important, and we are providing 30 tests, including sectional test, including revision test, and as well as full length test along with CSAT. So that will be very helpful for analyzing your performance. And this one is mains answer writing course. So this mains answer writing is very useful, especially to clear your mains. And the mains, it is a deciding factor whether your name will be there in your finalist or not. Okay, if you want to see your name in finalist, you have to focus on this mains answer writing, because prelims it is just qualifying and interview will not be there in your hands, but mains will be there in your hands. So if you are performing well in your mains, and you can clear this exam easily, and this is one of the deciding factor that will make or break the deal. Okay, so here why mains it is very difficult, because within 3 hours of time you need to answer 20 questions. That means you can get on average 7 to 7.5 minutes for one question. So you need to nail this mains answer writing skills. So if you are nailing this mains answer writing, then for sure I will assure you that you will be going to clear this UPSC for sure. So this is 1 year course. In this 1 year course, we are going to complete each and every topic that is present in our GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. Along with we also having our practice of case studies and as well as essays on every Sundays. Okay, so this course is very beneficial, and in this course we will provide you weekly targets of syllabus, and based on that syllabus we will be giving you daily one mains question. On Sunday there will be either essay or case study. So after writing answer, you have to send your answer to our mail so that there will be evaluation. And after evaluation, we will be also providing you model answer, and also there will be one-to-one mentorship regarding this mains answer writing. So this course, it is highly beneficial, and the new batch is going to be start from February 1st. So please don't make delay, and please hurry up and try to join this course. It is absolutely beneficial. And apart from this, we also launched this foundational course for UPSC CSE 2023 GS. And here in this course, we are going to provide more than 700 hours of video lectures, and that will be exclusively beneficial, and we are focusing on conceptual clarity, and each and every topic in your syllabus will be covered here. This is for sure. And if you want to take individual courses like history, geography, economy, science and technology, environment and ecology, you can take that individual courses also. That will be also highly beneficial. So the cost of these courses that we are providing, it is very, very affordable and easily accessible to all. So if you want to join these courses, details are given in this description box. And if you want to watch any demo lectures, please visit our Rathod's IAS Academy website. There you can watch 3 demo videos in each and every module without paying a single penny. Okay, and if you want to talk to me directly, you can call to this number 8074765513. I am the academic director of this Rathod's IAS, and you can 100% assure us. Okay, you can 100% trust us, and we are assuring you conceptual clarity, we are assuring you must answer writing skills, and we are covering each and every topic of your syllabus. Okay, so this is the assurance from our side. So now let us try to see today's questions based on our polity. So first question, it is regarding at the time of British rule in India, direct elections were for the first time incorporated under which law or which act? So this type of questions that you can see in your prelims for sure. In 2018, there was one question regarding this Government of India Act of 1935. Okay, so because of this, these historical background chapter is very important from your prelims. So choose the correct option here. Okay, and next one is, which of the following is or principal features of Government of India Act 1919? So this type of questions also very common. So first one is, introduce hierarchy at the center, separated for the first time provincial budget from the central budget, introduce separate representation for the Muslim community, and sowed in the seeds of separatism. And next one is, introduced provincial autonomy, and you have to identify the correct statements. So try to answer these 2 questions and let me know your answers in the comment box. Don't forget here, because it is not like we are providing negative marking here. So this will help to boost your confidence. So if you are consistently answering these prelims questions, means that will helps to increase your enthusiasm. That will also helps to boost your confidence, and that will also helps to increase your interest in answering this type of prelims questions. That is very important to crack this prelims. So by this, I am concluding. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Please subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy, and don't forget to like, share and comment my videos. And don't forget to enroll these courses, and I am waiting for your calls. So by this, I am concluding. Thank you so much.